Hi, my name's Mitch Cleary. I'm from Precision Consultancy, and we have a contract at the moment with the Office of the National Skills Standards Council to work on some professional development activities for RTOs and others in the implementation of the new standards for training packages. So to start talking about that, the first thing I want to say is don't confuse these standards with the standards for RTOs. We're talking about a set of standards that were developed that talk about how training packages look and feel and how you might need to use them as an RTO to guide your training and assessment. Okay, just to give you some background to standards, they were developed over a 2-year period in 2011 and 2012, but they came out of some previous work that had been done for the National Quality Council, a set of work called Vet Products for the 21st Century, which no doubt a number of you would have heard about. In that project, there was a lot of consultation with industry and with RTOs about what training packages look like, what was good about them, what was bad about them, what could be improved. And the outcome of that report was a set of recommendations, and the recommendations in relation to training packages focused on making the bits of them that were for particular audiences more clearly for those audiences, enabling industry to more clearly see work performance standards, and making RTOs more able to see what the assessment requirements were for particular units of competency. A lot of other things like qualifications and other information that's in training packages hasn't changed that much, but these are the key changes. Prior to that, prior to these new standards for training packages had to comply with the Training Package Development Handbook. So when I talk about training packages as we go forward, you'll hear me talk about old training packages, which are those that were endorsed against the Training Package Development Handbook, and you'll hear me talk about new training packages where we've got units and assessment requirements that meet these new standards, that look different, have different templates, and hopefully are going to give RTOs a lot more information that'll make it easier for you to do your job. So just to talk briefly about timelines, the standards were endorsed in November of 2012 by all of the ministers that have responsibility for vocational education and training, both across the states and in the Commonwealth. Having signed off on the standards, there was also an agreement about an implementation timeline for this work. So training packages that are submitted to the National Skills Standards Council for endorsement in 2013 many of those will be endorsed against the rules and guidelines in the Training Package Development Handbook. However, from the beginning of 2013, it's been possible for industry skills councils to put up training packages that meet the new standards. From the beginning of 2014, all training packages which are put up for endorsement, or components of training packages that are put up for endorsement to the National Skills Standards Council, must meet the new standards. And over the time from now until the end of 2015, all existing training packages will be converted into training packages which meet the new standards. So by the 1st of January 2016, all training packages will be in the same format, meeting these new standards. Between now and then, you're going to see a transition period where we'll have some old, some new. In some cases, even within the same training package, we'll have some new qualifications, new units against the new standards, and we'll have some that still meet the old standards or the old rules as they applied. So what are these standards? Well, again, I want to make clear that we are talking about standards for training packages. These are standards for what a training package looks like. They're not standards that an RTO has to comply with. Those are the standards for RTOs. These standards, though, affect what training packages look like and the way that units and assessment requirements in particular are written, and that's something that RTOs will have to comply with. As an RTO, you need to be regulated against your training and assessment delivery against a training package. When the training package changes, the way in which you comply with that may also change.